Hello everyone, welcome to Cooking with Gosia on Facebook, brought to you by Seven Oaks Senior Center in Perry Hall, Maryland. Today I will show you how to make apple crumble cake with meringue and how to make 10-layer salad. Very simple, beautifully looking salad. So we'll start with our apple cake with first making the base, the dough. So we have 1 pound of flour. I will sift it. You can do that on a countertop of your kitchen, or you can do that in a mixer. It's really up to you. It can be done by mixer or by hand. I will add 1/3 cup of powdered sugar, 1 teaspoon of baking powder, and I'm sifting everything so we don't have any little pieces. Okay. It's nice and fluffy. Okay, and let me put this on the side. And we add to this butter. It's 8 ounces of butter and then 3 tablespoons. So I have it here already measured. Softened butter, you have to make sure it's soft. And you can break it apart with your spoon. And we need 5 egg yolks. You take 5 eggs. You separate egg whites from egg yolks. You put egg whites on the side. We'll use them later. And you just put your egg yolks in your bowl. Let me check all the ingredients. Yes, we got everything in here. So now we are ready to turn on our mixer. And very slowly. It should form like little crumbles. We'll mix it from time to time. Let me put on the side things we don't need. Let me mix it. We want the butter to be mixed with the flour and egg yolks very well. Then we'll take it out and we'll work a little bit with hands. Okay. So we'll use our workstation here when the dough will be mixed. We won't get in a mixer, we won't have a ball. We have to take it out and just knead it with our hands to form a ball. I just want to mix the parts as much as possible before I pull it out. One more time and then we're taking it out. It looks like nice crumbles. That's what we want to have. Okay, let me take it out. And I'll try to like knead it in my bowl first, so we don't make too much mess here. It's called apple crumble cake, so that's why you have all these crumbles here. Okay, let me take part out. Very nice and soft. Smells amazing. You smell all that butter. So if you would just do it on your countertop, you just take flour, put all the ingredients inside, and you just knead it. You can actually start mixing it with your knife, like chopping, and then knead it. Okay. So now we'll try to put everything together and we'll form two balls. And when we form two balls, one will be smaller, one will be larger, and we'll put them in a fridge for 30 minutes so they get colder. You see how it comes into one? Let me just grab all these little pieces. I made this cake 2 weeks ago for the first time, and it was so delicious, so good, so easy to make, that I decided to show you how to make it. Okay. We got almost everything together. Okay, let's divide it into two parts, smaller bowl and a larger bowl. So the smaller bowl, I think that's good enough. Make it nice and shape it into a bowl. And then we have bigger piece. Let's shape it together, because then when we pull it out of the fridge, we have to spread it on the bottom of our pan, our baking pan. But the idea is to get the dough harder in the fridge so it doesn't fall apart. Okay. Let me just gather all my crumbles. Okay, so now we have two bowls, big and a smaller. We have to wrap them in a plastic or put them in a bag. I'll just put them in a bag, one in each bag. I will close them tight and we'll stick them in the fridge for about 30 minutes. Okay. I will wipe my counter now, because our next thing will be working on our salad. So I need clean space. It's a little bit greasy from butter, so make sure you wipe it nicely. Okay, I have to go wash my hands too. And our next step will be putting the salad together. So as I said, our salad will have 10 layers. I already pre-cut everything. You shred things, you cut things, you cube things. So for that salad we have red peppers, like 2 red peppers, can of corn, shredded cheese, I use cheddar cheese, can of pineapple, cut in little cubes, like half a pound or more of ham, cubed into small pieces. This is pickled celery root. It's purchased from the Polish store, and it's again the same brand. I love this brand, and it looks like that in a jar, and they have smaller jars, so I used about half of the big jar. And then we have eggs, and we have leek, mayonnaise, and we'll also add apple. But actually I forgot, we have to start with our apples. We have to start cooking apples for our cake so they are ready in time. So what I did, I just cubed the apple. I will just do one to show you what I did. You just peel apple. I think I used like 7 apples, and I used 3 different brands. I used Granny Smith, I used Gala, and I used Honeycrisp. I think the more tart they are, the better the cake is. So like Granny Smith are great for that. Divide it, get rid of all the seeds. So it's nice and clean. And I just sliced it and then cubed it and put it in a bowl. You can get little smaller pieces, it's really up to you. I'll cut that in half. It's just to demonstrate what I did with these apples. And 2 little more pieces. When we finish cutting apples, we have to add some lemon juice, like about 2 tablespoons, so the apples don't get dark. The lemon juice will keep them nice and bright. I already add some to my bowl before, and now I will add a little bit more. So we have our lemon here. I'll just squeeze a little bit, and I got the seed in. Okay. Now we are ready to put our apples in a pot, because we will cook them. Let's take them all out of there. And we add like 2 tablespoons of water. We cover that and we put it on a stove. And I'll just put on like higher heat. And we'll wait until we hear sizzling. Then we'll add some sugar, like 2 tablespoons of sugar, which I will have ready over here. So now going back to our salad. We have all the ingredients we need. We'll just shred apple. So maybe let me do that now. So we have everything ready. I'll shred 2 apples since they are not too large, not too big. If you have very large apples, 1 will be enough. And also you can adjust the ingredients. It depends how much of the salad you make. But I think you will agree with me that this salad will be presenting itself very well, and you will love to serve that salad at your next party. Okay. So we got our apple here. I on purpose didn't prepare apple earlier because I didn't want it to get dark. So now we don't need some things here. Let me put things away. So we have space for our bowl. On my way back, I will mix my apples and I will add some sugar to them too. I put it here. So they just cook in their own juice. I will lower the heat and we'll mix them from time to time just to make sure they don't get burned, they don't get stuck underneath on the bottom of our pot. Okay, let's cover it, let's lower the heat. Soon they will get more juice out. Okay, so now we have everything here, what we need. I will get my serving bowl. I'm using about, like, this bowl is like about 10-inch across and it has straight walls, about 6 inches tall. The salad will go in layers here and will present itself very nice in this bowl. I always have a problem what to start with first, but it's really up to you. There is no wrong or good. The only thing you have to remember, mayonnaise goes on top, and on top of that goes your green leek. So I'll start with the corn. So you put each ingredient in and you just spread around to make sure you cover all bottom, so things are visible on the edges, on the walls. Next we can put maybe eggs, also like sprinkle them around, and we don't press anything in here, everything is just loosely put. So I had 5 eggs, can of corn. I kind of always look how I'm doing, so the layers will be nice. Okay, next we can put ham. I think I have like pound of ham, and it's nicely cubed. It gives a little color. The thing is, like, we have lots of like yellow things here, so it's kind of difficult to make your decisions what to put first, what to put next. Okay, next we'll put our celery. So I will use my hand to spread that around. You can cut that celery into smaller pieces. I actually never do, just leave it like it is. Okay, I think it looks covered nicely. We can see it from the sides too. Now we can add our peppers. You can use yellow pepper, you can use orange pepper. I would just discourage from yellow because we have too much yellow already. So red gives like really nice color. Sometimes I mix red and orange. And you have to use your hands here to gently spread things around. Okay, next thing I will put cheese. That's our next layer. I shredded 8-ounce block of cheese. It's coming along pretty nice. All the ingredients, when they are mixed, when you eat them, they taste so good. They just complement each other. Am I leveled? I think I am. Pineapple. I don't want to put too much juice. And before I start putting mayonnaise, I have to walk and stir my apples and wash my hands. Okay. I think that looks pretty nice. Okay, I'll be back in a second. And we can take a peek at our apples. I see the juices coming out. Let's see. 100% apple juice. Okay, Okay, we want them to mash a little bit, so they have to like really cook. Okay, let's cover them. Let's go back to our salad. So now I will take mayonnaise, and there's no exact amount, you just have to cover whole top. So I'll take a few spoons. Remember, you don't have any sauces inside your salad, so if you add more mayonnaise, that won't hurt you. Let's try this amount. And you want to stay as clean as possible around the edges of your salad, so it looks nice and clean. Gently spread around. I think we can use a little bit more. Okay, I'll start preheating the oven for our cake. 360 degrees. Okay, this looks nice. And now we take our greens, our leek, and we just spread around on top. We don't have any onions inside, so a lot of leek will give you a nice taste when you eat your salad. I always try to buy like the most green one, so it's like really green, but that was the best one I could get. Okay, so this is our salad, our beautiful 10-layer salad. We'll be back soon. So we just finished this 10-layer salad, which really turned into 9 layers because I forgot to put our shredded apples. It won't take away from the taste, it will be still good. Now it's too late to add anything. But what I would suggest, and what you have to do, you have to place the salad in the fridge for about 12 hours. Then the ingredients will start compressing and the taste will start blending. So like tomorrow it will be a great salad to serve. So I'll put my salad on the side and we will check our apples. Which looks amazing. Apples have like natural pectins, so when you cook them just in just the apples, they will not be runny. They will get more like jelly-like. That's why I don't want you to use applesauce, because applesauce is very runny, and I never tried to cook applesauce to get rid of the extra water from it, so I really don't recommend using it. Let me turn that off. Our oven is hot, so let me grab my pan and I will get the larger serving of dough from the fridge. It hardened nicely. So we'll put the dough in our pan. Tip for you, I line the pan with the parchment paper and then I make like edges and fold it nicely. And then I take the paper out and I know how big my dough has to be. So, and I will use my rolling pin to roll it, because it might be a little bit too hard just to spread it with your hands. I'll just do a little bit and then I'll just roll it. Like I see all the outlines until where it has to go. That part is not pretty easy. but it's not too hard either. You can handle it. It would be so perfect to have like assistant to hold the paper. I'll just roll it from the middle, and then we'll take parts and just like patch the holes around. We just want to make sure the bottom like it's flat and even everywhere. Okay, let's see what we can do with this here. So we have extra here. We can put it here. And it can be done all by your hands. Remember, this is just the bottom part of your cake, and it will be baked before we put other layers on it. Okay, and we got extra here. We'll put it here. Even if you have to take extras from around the corners, it's easier to use your rolling pin at the beginning. And then we'll shape it more when we put our sheet into the pan. I can even it out a little bit. It's about the same thickness. Okay, so let us, maybe middle is a little bit too thick still. Okay, good. Let me take this back to my pan. Oh, you see how nice. And now we'll make sure it's all the way to the edges. I just press it down a little bit to spread it, to cover all the little holes around. Tuck it down. Okay, so the next step is to take a fork and just make little holes all around, like that. I think that's enough. And we put our cake base to the oven for 15 minutes at 360. And I will see you in 15 minutes. And we are ready to go to the next step. We'll make meringue, and our cake, the bottom of the cake is done. We'll pull it out and put it on the side. We leave the oven on. Oh, timer. Okay, that's how it looks. I will just set it here. We'll need it soon. So you need your 5 egg whites, and you beat them for as long as they are white and pretty firm. Then we'll add some sugar, and at the end we'll add potato starch. It will be noisy. I will use the small mixer because it's faster. And I need to add a little dash of salt. This will take about 2 minutes. And I will leave my camera running so you can see how it comes together. takes a little bit, but this is faster than in the KitchenAid anyway, so we are almost there. We'll add sugar. I think it's half a cup. Yes, half a cup of sugar. And we keep beating it. It will become very white and shiny. Okay, let's check it. Oh, pretty good. We have to add 2 tablespoons of potato starch, and then just mix it for about 10-15 seconds. I have to be careful so we don't have all this in the air. Okay, so we finished with this. Now we'll take our smaller piece of dough from the fridge and we'll grate it, shred it on a grater. The idea of putting it in the fridge or freezer for a few minutes is so it hardens, so it's easier to shred it. We need all these crumbles. That's why it's called crumbled cake. Okay, it's getting softer because it's out here and my hand is warm. Let's make it 2 little crumbs. Okay, a few little pieces. Okay, and we are ready to fix our cake, to make layers. Today is all about layered cake and layered salad. Let me wash my hand quickly. So now we take our pan and apples, and we place apples on our cake, on our bottom of the cake. We spread it. I think I see a seed from a lemon. Remember when we put lemon juice in, I just squeezed the fresh lemon straight to my apple pot with apples. Okay, make sure it's nice and even. I am always aware to not leave a hill in the middle of the cake. Okay, now on top of that we'll put some cinnamon. I'll just sift it through my little what is it here? Okay, I'll take about like a spoon. And just like sprinkle it around. The recipe doesn't call for mixing it with apples, so we'll just do this a little bit more in some spots. Okay, nice. And now it's time for our meringue. It goes up top. Nice and thick. And also spread it around. Oh. We cover everything, all the edges. And the last step, we take our crumbles and we place them on top. Sprinkle, like that. We're covering all around, everywhere. All surface. All the corners, all the edges. And we try to do that evenly, just like with everything else. Okay. And now our cake is ready for the oven. It will go there for 45 minutes, 40 to 45. I'll leave it 45 minutes and in 360 degrees of Fahrenheit. And I'll see you back in 45 minutes. Okay, we are back. The cake is done. Let me pull it out of the oven. Smells beautiful. We'll sprinkle it with powdered sugar. You can put less, you can put more. It's totally up to you how sweet you like. And we'll let it sit to cool down for about half an hour, and then we'll come back and we'll cut it. See you soon. Welcome back. So today we made this beautiful 10-layer salad. I want to give you a tip. When you will be serving it, you have to take kind of like a large spoon and go all the way to the bottom so you have on your plate all the layers. All the layers together mixed up will give you great flavor. And also today we made this beautiful apple crumble cake, which is called Szarlotka. Now we'll cut it. I took it out of the pan so it cools faster, and so I can cut it. Normally I would just wait longer until it's like really cold, but we can't wait to eat it, so we have to demonstrate. I'll cut a few pieces. I want to get like piece from the inside. Like 2 inches by 2 inches is fine. Smaller, larger, it's really up to you. I'll cut that whole section. Okay. I want to take part out. I want to get to the nice part from the inside. Today I made this beautiful Szarlotka for you, and this Szarlotka for me, which is Polish drink made out of apple juice, ice cubes, fresh apples and vodka. Smacznego i na zdrowie!